We've all heard the saying, less is more. Today's question, does that apply to disc golf? Let's find out. What's up, people? I usually carry between 25 and 30 discs every round I play. Today we're finding out if that's actually needed. This is all we're using today, plus the putters. But we're out here at Järva and they changed to the blue pin positions today, which is the most difficult pin position here at Järva. And I'm actually not using the smaller bag. I'm still gonna use this one, but only with these 10 discs plus putters, just because I want my accessories. Makes it easier to carry around. But we're here at hole 1, 96 meters straight ahead, straight shot with a low ceiling. But first I'll take you through what discs I'm using, and we're only using a couple discs, so we're keeping it really simple here. 2 approach discs, the Berg and the Järn, 2 throwing putters, the Reko and the Reko X, 2 mid-ranges, the Svea and the Nord, flippy and overstable, 2 fairway drivers. I would consider the KZ a fairway driver because it goes so much further than mid-ranges. So just a point and shoot 6-speed and a more overstable 9-speed, the Thunderbird. And then we have 2 distance drivers, which is a really overstable good and a flippy good. So that's all we're gonna use today. This is a 96 meter straight hole, which is perfect for the KZ. A bit too low maybe, but it's a putt. Left ourselves a tester here on hole 1, and the basket is really close to the edge, so kind of a scary putt. But we're back with the Rekos, first putt of the day. Sit. One more. Hopefully it's set. Alright, it did not sit. We're gonna have to go forehand here. This is not a good start. Okay, starting off with a bogey. So not a good start, but there's a lot of disc golf left. Alright, hole 2, 103 meters with 1 big tree in the way that makes you choose a gap. There's a backhand hyzer over here, the low straight shot, or the backhand turnover, or forehand hyzer out left. And we're going forehand, but I don't know which good. But I think I'm going with the more overstable one. That's short. I parked the green position, so that should be like a circle's edge, maybe just outside putt. But that was the first forehand of the day, so I gave it extra hyzer. I was scared of going OB left. That's what I wanted to do. That's parked. Alright, basically the same distance as the last putt, maybe a little bit longer actually, but we'll give it a bid. OB behind the basket now. Remember to get my merch on pug.se. Check out bouncebackdiscgolf.com to get towels, patches and pins. Code KKDG for 15% off. Head over to Rocket Discs. Use my personal code KevinK5 for 5% off. It's not much, but it's something. And you're helping me out, so win-win. Get up. Ah, so close. I should have warmed up. This is not good. But now we got everything out of the way. We've done our first backhand, our first forehand, and our first putt. So now we're warmed up. Now let's play. Alright, hole 3, 100 meters. And because it's a blue pin position, this is a total bonus birdie right now. It's really difficult, and the ideal shot is a forehand that skips upright. But yeah, like I said, total bonus birdie. But we're gonna try for it. Missed the tree and skip. No. Kind of hit the roots, so I got a high skip instead of a right skip, so that's a really long putt. But we made it through the initial gap, so we should be able to get a par and maybe even a long look for the birdie. It was actually a lot closer than I thought. I thought it would be like over here, so kind of the same distance again. We're getting our jump putts warmed up, but this one is uphill, so we really don't want to roll down the hill again. Way too wobbly. Alright, it's a par. Like I said, this is a total bonus birdie, so par is okay. But we're +1 through 3. That's not good. It's a par. Hole 4, 71 meter island hole, hazard around the island. And here when it's the blue position, it becomes really tricky. Because usually you just want to throw a hyzer out here that kind of fades down and you should be parked by the green basket. But here you kind of have to stall and go backwards to park it, so it's really difficult. But what I've noticed is that if I just try to park the green basket, I get this curl around the hill, and I should have like a really safe putt every time because I'm fading towards the hillside instead of putting towards the hazard. So I'm actually just gonna throw my Reko X the normal way I play it when it's the green basket. And now it kind of curls backwards, and I should be like 6 meters from the basket and have a putt back up the hill, probably. Like a 5 meter putt for the birdie, just according to plan. Easy peasy, back to even. Alright, hole 5. One of the signature holes here on Järva. 148 meters downhill. Basket in the nice little window down there. Either good is fine, but I think we're having a little bit of a headwind, so this one might be better. Just to kind of clarify what the goal is today, I think if U-Disc says we played a 1000 rated round, that's 250 points on U-Disc, then I would say that throwing less discs is fine. And the reason I think that it actually is fine is because if you're using the same discs over and over again, you'll learn how they act in the moment and not be surprised every time you throw a new disc, because your form might be different that day, so the disc might not do what it usually does or something. So just using the same discs over and over again, in theory, more consistent. We're going good here, slight Annie out the hand and just try to get it into the gap. Kind of pulled it a bit, but that was good because I didn't give it any. There's no way I hit the only tree in the way. I hit the base of the tree that's perfectly in the way for the gap. And I got to roll away. That was so mean. What was that? Alright, let's see what we have. This is tempting. Very well framed up. But it's a really steep hill behind the basket, so this is probably just a layup. I did not mean to go right of that tree, but it should be parked, and that should be a birdie. But let's go for one, see what would happen. Oof. Hit the pole, close, but it's the same score, so it doesn't really matter. And the reason we're back with the Rekos is because last weekend I played a tournament with the Tuff, and first round I played my highest rated PDGA round ever, 1017. But the second round I missed 8 putts high because the Tuff was too glidey. So my theory, if I putt with the Rekos, I force myself to commit. So should work better, just a theory. We'll see if it works.
Hole 6, 107 meters uphill, plays a lot further.
We're just going full boom sauce with the Guld. Skip up there. No, it just sat. But I hit the line and it should be a putt. And a putt on this hole, that's okay. Alright, we're inside the circle here. So that's a good result on this hole. We don't want a roll away here though. Commit to the putt and we don't get rollaways. No, I didn't commit. Oh. It's not even the disc's fault at the moment. I'm just putting bad and throwing bad, but that's another par. We're still at even, and when it's the blue layout here, I think like -4 or 5 should be 1000 rated, so we still have a lot of holes left. Should be fine. Hole 7, 96 meters, couple of bushes in the way, so you kind of have to throw over them, and really steep left to right slope the entire way, and if you end just a tiny bit right of the basket, the slope just continues. And if you hyzer into the hill on the left side, you're probably gonna roll as well. So really important angle control here. Just try to land it flat and soft by the basket. So we're going overstable Nord on a Annie, let it pan out and then kind of land flat. 96 meters, I'm gonna have to put a little bit of power on this one. Missed the bush. Went in front of it. Did it sit? I think it did. That should be a putt. Kind of scary coming in with that much hyzer though. I wanted to give it a little bit more Annie, kind of drag it out towards the right side and then come back slowly. But yeah, luckily we sat. Scary bid here, but we're pretty close, so hopefully we get the birdie here. And finally go under par. Oh, that was so high, but it's in. That was high as well. But if that was the Tuff, that was maybe hitting here, but probably airballing over the basket. So that's what I mean. If I putt with Rekos, I kind of had to commit more, and I think that suits me better because I kind of have commitment issues on my putts. All right, hole 8, 82 meters. This is the classic double Mando hole, but they pushed down the basket into the hill on the other side. So this is a really scary green to go for. And I think that's kind of the theme for Järva blue pin positions. Just really scary greens all around. But we're going with the straight Reko. If I put a bit of power on it, I can actually get this to flip a little bit. So I'm just gonna aim for the left Mando tree and try to get it to turn into the gap and go towards the basket. Way too low. I hit the line, but I didn't commit. Oh, so annoying. And through 8 holes, I haven't felt yet that, oh, I don't have the right disc for this hole or anything. So far so good. I'm just not playing good. And this is a really scary putt that 100% is a layup in a tournament. Are we going for it? Lady behind the camera is nodding, so I guess we're going for it. This is so stupid though. It's not stupid when you hit it. Let's go! Thank you. Assist from the lady behind the camera, which, by the way, I'm getting married to the day after this video is released. So for the first time in 1.5 years, hopefully you guys understand the situation, I'm not gonna upload a video. So next Sunday, no video, because I'm getting married. And I've had a lot of overtime at work. That's not the excuse though, but hopefully you can oversee that. 1 week without a video. Then we're gonna smash him up. Well, let's go. 2 under par. All right, hole 9, blind basket here, but you can see this gap to the left of the 2 big trees. The basket is over that hill on the other side, so that's why you can't see it. But it's 112 meters. We're just going good, try to get it around the trees and hopefully crash it into there somewhere. I don't know, this is a really difficult one for me. That looks perfect though. If I don't hit that one, which I hit. These branches destroyed my dreams. That was a perfect shot. Slight Annie bid here, but I don't want to be too aggressive because I don't want to go down the hill. Ah! Sit. Okay, good bid. It's a par. It's okay. Difficult hole. Let's move on. Alright, we made it to the back 9. Hole 10, 125 meters. Also a blind basket, but you can see the bush straight ahead. I think it's almost straight towards that, maybe a little bit to the right. This might be the first hole where I don't feel like I have the perfect disc, but I think a forehand with the gold is probably the safest way to go for it. So that's what we're doing. Just a slight little Annie forehand flex here. Oh, that got stuck in my fingers. That's so bad. I blame the heat. Let's see what we can save from there. All right, luckily I kind of went through all the bad stuff, so I almost have an open look here. First bag of the day, so that's nice. That should be parked. I can't see it from here. Kind of tickled this branch right there. So that was scary. Oh, it's super parked. Let's go. Good par save.
Consider subscribing if you like birds. I like birds.
Welcome to the top of the world. This is the signature hole of Järva. Hole 11, 160 meter downhill, par 4. We're playing from the short tees today. So not the real on top of the world hole, but a sneak version of it. So we're going good, just try to blast it as far as possible down there. Perfect shot, might have an eagle look here, so let's go for that. Flip more. Didn't really flip as much as I wanted it to, but holy shit, I got some good power on that shot. That felt really good. I don't know what I did, but I got there really quick. Let's go for one more and give it a slight flex line instead. Bit lower and wider. That would be a putt on the green basket, but I think it's obstructed for the blue one. Let's move on. These low-hanging branches just in front of the basket, they're not usually there, so I don't really know what to do here, but I guess I'll just go for a slight little forehand flex with the Jan. Try to stall it down at the basket, because I would want to give this a slight eagle bid here. That would have been good if those branches weren't there. It's also a way to do it. First tester putt of the day. Well, except the one I missed on hole 6. But this is the first normal tester putt. I had a straddle uphill on the last one. It's in though. Right side, but that's a birdie. And now we're -3, I think. And we don't have that much time. I'm recording this after work. So I think we're actually gonna skip hole 13 and 14. But 13 is just a really boring par. I lay up and then lay up, just get the par. And 14 is the easiest birdie ever, because that's like a in-betweener par 3 or 4. So we're just gonna put par and birdie and then move on. It's okay. Alright, hole 12, 98 meter par 3, uphill. Plays pretty far actually. So we're just gonna go with the gold once again and just try to blast it up there. Kind of go for a slight flip up to flat and just ride. No! I thought it would flip more into the headwind. Sit. Oh, that's really close to the OB. Yeah, that could be OB. I felt a bit of a headwind, so I thought it was gonna flip more. That's scary. Let's see where we're at. We're OB by like 3 feet. That's unfortunate. It's like 1, 2, 3, and we have a long bid to try to save the par, but I feel good about this one. Let's make it. Get down. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, that's a bogey. That's unfortunate. That brings us back to -2, I think. Yeah, back to -2. So we had to finish strong. And now, after skipping hole 13 and 14, we're back to -3. Because we would definitely get a birdie on hole 14. That sounds cocky, but it's the easiest hole in the world. Because that should maybe be a par 3 even. And no OB or anything to speak of. But we have 4 holes left, 15, 16, 17, 18. And we're at -3. So if we can finish with 2 birdies at least, I think we should be able to get the 1000 rated round, even though I've played pretty bad. And the only disc I haven't used so far is the Reko X and the Svea. Otherwise I've used everything else. But here on hole 15, it's a 194 meter par 4 with OB, both left and right entire way, kind of squeezing in and becoming tighter after like 120 meters. And then the basket is, yeah, you'll see when we get up there, but it's a really tricky pin position now when it's the blue pin position. But going good, just easy distance here. Ideally land towards the right side. That's just really straight. But I feel like I get some pretty decent power when I do that. I kind of relax and really try to get tight into the power pocket, like hit my own shoulder. So that kind of feels good. That's what I did on 11, I think, as well. All right, kind of a tricky approach here because we faded a bit too much to the left. Ideally, I'd want to be like out there by the OB, but don't have that much left. You can see these big trees on the right side. The basket is kind of left of that. So from this perspective, kind of just in under here. So I think I'm going Jan forehand. Jan eller Thunderbird?
Jan eller Thunderbird?
Ja.
Firebird.
Firebird? Thunderbird sa jag.
Jag säger Firebird.
Jag har ingen.
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird. Okay, we get information from the side here. Thunderbird instead of Jan, apparently. That's too overstable. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a bad shot. I think it's the Jan.
Du får skylla på mig. Du skulle ta ett Järnan.
Det var bättre. We get the wrong information. Why did you do this to me, Philip? Get up. No commitment. Alright, that's another par. But we can blame Philip. It's okay. The Jan was better. Screw you, Philip. But it's a par. Hole 16, blue pin, really difficult here. And this is the first hole where I actually feel like I don't have a disc that even works here. Because you want something flippy that turns late. But I guess we'll just have to try to get the guld up there somehow. We'll see. Going over the fence, try to turn it into the right side and get it up there. Go between. Come on. No! Oh. The little branch destroyed it. That was going between the trees. I was probably gonna be parked. Really long bid here. This was very unfortunate, but I missed my line, so I deserve it. Floaty hyzer, give it a run. Get up. Good line, but didn't give it a chance. Just too far. All right, another par, which means I probably need to birdie the last 2 holes to get 1000 rated. And I think maybe not even that is enough. But I've played really bad. And like I said, this is the first hole where I feel like I don't have a disc that suits the hole. But I feel like it actually could have worked, but I kind of pulled it. So far, few discs works fine. And I feel like I know what the discs do now, except the Thunderbird. Let's get the last 2. Come on, let's do it. All right, hole 17, 131 meter par 4, really uphill. You can see the OB line here on the left side, then it kind of goes up towards the left. And you can see the guy in white throwing behind the trees there. The basket is kind of in that line, but further away, behind the hill almost. So yeah, first shot towards the bush in the middle. Just get it as far as possible up there. And then you should have a pretty straightforward approach. So which one? This? Okay. Then we'll give it a slight flex line here. Skip and sit. Skip and sit. Sit, 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 sit. Oh my God, that was close to rolling down right. Oh, that landed on the hyzer, stood up, and if it comes over this line and falls that way, it's down there. But it went up here and then just fell over. That was really lucky. Really short approach left, but since I haven't used it, I'll go with the Reco X and then maybe Svea on the last hole, just to say that I've used every single disc. But this kind of proves that I don't even need all of these discs. Well, I haven't needed all these discs for this round, at least. But Reco X here, between the trees, towards the basket. Go in. Did I hit the cage? I heard a cage. I think I hit the cage, actually. I really hope that didn't roll down the hill. I was close to the eagle. I hit the cage like right here. But I'm parked. That's a birdie. And we're -4. Birdie on the last hole. And we might have a chance for 1,000 rated. But right now, I don't even think that's enough. But we'll see. We'll see. We're at hole 18, 84 meters, downhill, slight hyzer. And I said I wanted to use the Svea, but I want to just prove that you don't even need these discs. So I'm going with the Jan, because this is what I would throw here. Just hit the gap, get it down there, get a look for the birdie. Blue is kind of difficult for a overstable disc though, but we should have a bid. Yeah, it's a putt. I don't think I could do it a lot better than that with that overstable of a disc. So let's hope we have a putt for the -5. Kind of worked out, but I feel like this is a really common result when throwing a overstable disc on this hole, just in between green and yellow pin position. But it's still inside the circle and we have a putt for the -5. Get up! No. Kind of sums up the round. So -4. And I don't think that is enough for 1,000 rated, considering how bad I've played. Shouldn't even be close, but we'll see. Alright, so according to UDisc, it's a 1,020 rated round, but that just can't be true. So let's check on a recent event here.
2 hours later.
Alright, I can't actually find a tournament held at this layout with the short tees, but my guess is that it would be somewhere around 980 maybe. Somewhere around there. But that's my guess, and UDisc's guess is 1,020, so let's go in between and it's 1,000 even. Perfect. But yeah, I didn't play my best today. Started off with a bogey and then kind of struggled the entire way through, but ended at -4 with only 10 discs plus my putters. And I feel like during this round I threw the first round good quite a lot, and I felt like I could trust what it was doing every single time, because I've been throwing it so much that I knew just what was going on. And I feel like that is the benefit of just using a few discs. If we would call this a Mythbusters episode, I think the myth is not busted. Myth is true. You do play better with fewer discs. But then again, really depends on the course. So today I didn't even need to use all 10 discs, and I didn't even need to use the Reco X for the approach where I hit the basket as well. I probably would have used the Berg, so then I only used 8 discs during the round. But if it was another course and really windy, then I would love more discs. So like I said, really depends on the course and also the conditions. But for most of the time, you probably don't need that many discs. And I definitely don't need between 25 and 30, but I'm probably still gonna do it. So maybe this video was for nothing. But it was a fun experiment, and I feel like most of the time I only use the same discs throughout the round anyways. Then I have my other discs just in case. But yeah, that's been it for this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and comment down below what you want to see next. Don't forget the bell, as always. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.